pop on. I'm just upstairs working my way through this Dundee United quilt that I'm doing for Lewis. But I wanted to pop on and show you this other dress, which is the Ginger and Georgian Ginger Mix It Up dress. So it's a really good pattern. Comes with so many different options and variations. I've had it in my stash for about a year now, and I actually made this dress up a couple of months ago, but it's been in my to hem pile for ages, never got round to it, and last night I got round to it finally. I really like the skater style skirt. I got this fabric a while ago from Harvey Jacobs, which is an online, it's actually local to me, her warehouse, but I ordered it online and got delivered. I like the contrast of the stripes going that way and then kind of down and diagonal at the sides. I had to take quite a lot of length off of this. I'm only 5'1" and I did have to take about 4 or 5 inches to make it this length. I think next time I make it I might even use the mini version just to go slightly shorter again. I've gone for the round neck and I think the diamond back and the horseshoe neckline. The only thing I don't like about it, and I don't know, I might kind of have to put like a dart inside it and sew over it to make it wearable just now, is that it's quite big. It's the shoulders seem to sit quite high, which is pulling down at the front, showing off my ample bosom. It keeps showing quite a lot of bra line off. So I think if I make it again, I'll obviously need to adjust the pattern a wee bit to take, it's almost a good couple of inches out the front and back pattern piece to get it to sit a bit more like that, as opposed to like that. There's a lot of space in there. Hi, wanted to come back on. I didn't quite get the quilt finished yesterday, so I'll pop a few pictures in just to show you where I am with that. I'm hoping to get the quilt top finished by the end of this week, so once I do that I will show you towards the end of the week. But I wanted to come on and show you what I'm working on just now. I showed you in my last video that I'd made the Ogden cami in the pineapple fabric as it's going to be a PJ top. The one I'm wearing today, this is the first one I made out of the new size range. So it's got your bust darts in. I find it fits me a lot better than the original sizes fit me. I'm quite big busted and I'm quite hippie, and I found the old pattern didn't really fit very well. So I've made the Ogden, so I'm now working on the pyjama bottoms, and I'm going to give the Walk the Plank PJ bottoms, it's Patterns for Pirates. It's actually a free download, so I'm going to give that a bash for the shorts ones, and I'm going to make the short version. It's a really good pattern because it seems to fit the whole family. There's a men's version, a female's version, and I actually think there's also, it goes down to extra small, so it should do Lewis as well. Lewis is at the childminder today, so I've got peace and quiet while I'm on my lunch break to crack on with this. I wanted to show you how I do my PDFs. I think everybody's got a different method. So I'll tell you what I usually do, and then I'll tell you what I did today and gave up and went back to my usual method because I got fed up halfway through. So your PDF patterns obviously come with usually about 20 or 30 different A4 sheets. Once you've measured your boxes to make sure it's printed out right. There's usually some line cut-ins down the side, some guidelines. So what I would usually do, I usually take the top off one side and one of the sides on. So that means when I do the next page, you can slot that line onto the line on the next page. However, I started doing this morning before I started working. I was in a bit of a rush. So I decided I was just going to try and see through them and match, like where it says A2 there, I try and match the next one on the line beside it. It took forever, it was taking ages and ages, and in the end I just decided, do you know what, I'm just going to go through it and cut them all up. So that's what I did. I'm just going to try and turn you around. I then do mine so that they are in the lines of the pattern, and then we'll put the pattern pieces on so they can just line up like that and stick them together. And then as I've got each piece sorted, so like I'll have one leg piece, pattern piece done, I cut that off. So sorry, my camera went a bit wonky there. Once I've got, so there'll be 2 leg pieces I think for this pattern. I cut them off as I go, just so that it's not one big huge piece of paper. I usually then trace the pattern pieces for my size, just in case they don't work. But when I went to the folder that I keep these in, so I keep all my patterns when I print them off as a PDF in these brown wallets. Let me show you. Just in these brown wallets. When I went into it this morning and started putting the pattern pieces together, it became clear for some reason I printed 2 lots of the PDF off. So I'm just going to cut these out in my size just for quickness. I've got a few wee projects coming up, so I want to get these done and off my list of things to do fairly quickly. So I'm just going to put them all together and then cut the sizes. I took my measurements yesterday for when I was applying for a pattern test, so I've got my measurements handy as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop you up on the windowsill so you can see me going through this. I'll pop you into slow motion, into fast motion, speed. You don't need to see me doing it all. And then I'll maybe try and record a bit of me cutting the piece out. I think everybody's got their own little routines for how they do this, so I just wanted to share with you how I do mine. So I will see you later, bye! So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out, as I say, I'm going to cut straight onto the pattern piece because I do have a spare one here. I had a quick look at it and it's cut out 2 patterns because this one is like one full leg, so you just cut 2 of these out, whereas the other ones I think there's like 2 pattern pieces, so you've got your side seam on them. So I'm just going to cut ahead. I've had a quick look at the size guide and I think I am the pink dotty line. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out now. We've got one pattern piece, so that's for, I assume we'll just put them together like that and then that'll make each leg. I think I've got about 20 minutes left of my lunch break, so I'll maybe nip upstairs and get the fabric down, although I've not had anything to eat yet, so I'll grab a quick sandwich. If I can get this cut out while I'm still on lunch, happy days. If not, I'll come back on tomorrow and show you how I've got on cutting the fabric out. See you later. I've just had a quick check of the time. And I think I've got plenty of time to get this cut out while I'm on my lunch, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this just now. You'll have noticed in my last video that I've pinched my mum's pineapple fabric from the Sir Hailey Jane box. I'm going to try and cut it out, cut the shorts out of what's left from my one. Just so I then know that I can get the shorts and t-shirt set out of 2.5 metres. It also means that I'll have this one left over to do a wee wrap over for wearing when I'm in the house or when we've got guests or anything. So yeah, again, I'll record the cutting out and then I'll put it on to speed up so that you don't have to watch me while I'm doing it all. that was really quick. It literally took less than 5 minutes to cut these out. I just used my pattern weights for doing them. The observant ones of you out there might have noticed a little mistake that I very nearly made, and it probably would have left me without enough material in that last section. The material on the fold was ever so slightly too wide to be able to cut the material to cut to on the fold, so I had to do them single sided, single layer, and mirror image them. Except when I went to cut the second one out, I did it in the same way as I did the first one. Luckily, I'd only snipped a tiny amount of it and was able to rejig the pattern the other way around and it not have any impact. I've still got a decent amount left. Let me just show you. So I've still got a decent amount of fabric left from the original 2.5 metres that I got out of the Store Hayley Jane box. There's a wee bit more here as well, another decent sized bit. So I might even manage to get the strap, the belt, and probably not the arms. The arms are going to be quite long, I think, to wear. But I'll certainly be able to get a few wee bits and bobs made, maybe even like pattern the pockets, pocket linings and stuff for the coverall. So I will definitely be able to get use out of these scraps. A lot of the time I would keep a scrap like this and then it'll sit in my stash for ages because I don't really know what else to do with it, but it seems a lot of material to throw away. I am thinking about making one of the closet case poofs that you stuff with all your scraps and leftovers. So that's definitely something that's on my radar because I do have a lot of scraps and it just seems a waste to not make use of them. Again, things like this is a cotton poplin, so because I enjoy quilting, I could use it for like crazy patch or doing like patchworking with it. And I probably will do, like, there's a big kind of 2-inch strip here, which I certainly won't go in the bin. It will get put to some kind of use. So I'm not sure when I'll get time to start sewing these up, but I hope to be able to show you and record you while I do a bit of a sew along, just to see how we're going. I'll show you my progress. Bit of a dull day outside today, but we're meant to have a scorcher tomorrow, so I don't plan on doing much sewing tomorrow. And then it's Saturday, I'm going fabric shopping with my mum and my big sister, so I hope to get a wee bit of footage recorded for that as well. But bye for now! Hi, so I've been a bad vlogger this afternoon. I just got on and surprised these came back together so quickly, and I've not actually had a chance to record any of it. The only thing I still need to do is add the elastic into the waistband, but it was just one pattern piece, so they sewed together really nicely. All you had to do was sew each leg at the crotch and then put them together and do your crotch seams. I've even hemmed the bottom of the shorts. And then yeah, all you do, having read the instructions, is that you just add your elastic around the middle. You need to ease it in, do a wee stay stitch around the top, and then just fold it in and stitch it in. So I think that will only take another 5 minutes or so to finish, but I've not got the elastic in, so I need to wait till the weekend when I've been shopping with my mum and Kirsty to pick up some elastic that suits. I'm really, really pleased with that. Really pleased how quickly and easily they came together. Fingers crossed they do actually fit. They are likely to be very short shorts. That is the length there from the crotch to the bottom of it, so you're talking maybe 2.5 inches. But they're only for the house, and at least I know if they fit, then I can use them. I've kept, I don't know if you noticed in the video earlier, I kept the longer part of it. I cut off the short section and then kept the rest of the length, so if I do want to make them longer, I can just stick them back together. I might even make some knee length ones next time, kind of more cropped length. But I know that they don't really take up that much fabric, and I could certainly squeeze a wee bit longer out of that 2.5 meters of fabric, including a wee Ogden cami for the jammy top. So at least I'll know that it fits and I can do that, and I've got other options as well. But no, I'm really pleased with that, so I will get on over the next few days and try and get the wee kimono cover up finished, so that we can put it all together and we'll do one big video with it all in, and hopefully by the time I finish all that I'll be able to put it in. You'll see the finished article by the end of this video. Thanks, bye! finally, so it's Sunday night, you need to excuse the hair. I am just out of the bath, but in the morning we're going to be in a bit of a rush. I need to take my husband to work, so I wanted to come on and show you the finished article. So I made the summer cover up for my wrap. I have got the new Ogden with the extended sizes. It sits really nicely. I don't know if you can see, but I've got my Walk the Plank, Pattern for Pirates, Walk the Plank shorts on. I'm absolutely delighted with them. Just a really comfy, really nice make, and it came together so quickly. So I'm really, really delighted with it. I have also been working away on these Landa Pant shorts version. Got all the way to sewing up the hips, and they don't fit. And I had to make the biggest size, so I kind of knew, that's why I've been procrastinating a wee bit with it, because I knew they probably weren't going to fit me. I have eased out the hem on the boys' side legs in the hope that if I lose a wee bit of weight, they'll fit me. I am going to go on and finish them, just because I've never made kind of fitted shorts like that before, so I'll go on and finish them just so that I've got them. So that was a bit rubbish. But then, as you know, yesterday I went fabric shopping with my mum and my sister. Had a really lovely day with them both. We got into Glasgow a wee bit early, so I went for a coffee. And I was aware that this lady kept staring at me. I was like, have I got a big spot? Have I not done my makeup properly? And she's like, excuse me, hen. In Scotland, hen's just a word for saying, it's like another word for girl or lady. It's an affectionate term. Excuse me, hen, she says. I really love your dress. And I was wearing my pink George and Ginger mix-it-up dress that I made the other day. And I could see my mum making eyes at me, because we know that I made it myself. But because she was on the other side of the cafe, she said, thank you, thanks, that's very kind of you. So I was absolutely buzzing. It's the first time somebody that I don't know has complimented me on what I'm wearing when it's been a self-made. It's really given me a bit of a confidence boost. I'm not sure how much of next week's sewing I'm going to be able to show you, because I am working on a pattern test, and I've also got a make for the Minerva Makers Club team, so I've got a make to work on that. I will show you the fabric that I'm using for them both, and a couple of other wee projects. I'm still working away on Lewis's quilt. I've got less than a month now to get it finished, but we'll get there. We always do with his deadline. So that's really it for this week. I just wanted to come on and show you this before I go and settle down for my Sunday night before work in the morning. Thanks for tuning in, as always. If you like what you see, please do share it. Please come and check me out on Instagram, Nicolawmakes, and subscribe below if you want to see more.